Hello, and welcome to Open Enrollment. My name is Jennifer Lyons. I am the Director of Benefits and Payroll for Phil Long Dealerships. Open enrollment will start on Monday, April the 20th, and go through Friday, May the 1st, 2026. All benefit elections are due by May 1st, 2026. You found this link through our virtual benefits fair. In the virtual benefits fair, I would encourage you to take a look at a little bit of everything that's in there. You can look up all the benefits, whether it's medical, dental, vision, flexible spending account, health savings account, all of the supplemental plans. You can access all of that information from this website. You can click on the benefits guide. You can download the benefits guide. Once you have navigated through the system, then I encourage you to do the scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunt will then, if you complete that, you'll be entered to win a pair of Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses, as well as some other cool prizes. So lots of information there. As I mentioned, you can get into any of the different booths for any of the benefit offerings. You can also find all sorts of information through these menu options on the left-hand side of the screen. So you'll find links to benefit providers, you'll find links to plan documents, flyers, just additional information, everything that you would need to help educate yourself on what benefit offerings are available to you. We will also be having live meetings for this open enrollment. They will be held at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. So Monday, April 20th, Tuesday, April 21st, Wednesday, April 22nd. And then during the last week, they'll be on Tuesday, April 28th, Wednesday, April 29th, and Thursday, April 30th. And each day, 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. And so those will be Zoom meetings. You can log into Zoom, use that meeting ID to join the meeting, and I can answer any questions that you have. We'll go through any, just any questions, a brief presentation, all that good kind of stuff. So make sure you check out the virtual meetings. So what is open enrollment? Open enrollment is the one time of year that you can make changes to your current benefits. This can be enrolling in them, adding somebody, removing somebody, changing plans, whatever it is you need to do. Once you have made your benefit elections for this upcoming plan year, you cannot change those elections throughout the plan year unless you have a qualified life event. A qualified life event could be getting married, divorce, your spouse gains or loses coverage through employment, you have a baby. If something like that happens, you need to notify me as quickly as possible. It does have to be within 31 days. As long as we're inside that 31-day window, then we can make whatever changes we need to make to your current benefits. But if it's outside of that 31-day window, you will have to wait until our next open enrollment period before you can make changes to your benefits again. Some of the highlights and key changes for this year: this will be a passive enrollment. So passive enrollment does mean that if you do not actively go in and make an election or change your elections, whatever is currently in the system will just move into the next year. Please note that if you participate in the flexible spending account, the FSA, that does require re-enrollment each year. So you do have to go in and make a new annual election for that flexible spending account. There is a slight premium increase for the health and the dental plans. The deductibles are changing on the two high deductible healthcare plans. There is a plan change and a slight premium increase for the vision plan. There's guaranteed issue for voluntary life insurance and long-term disability during this open enrollment. I mentioned the virtual benefit fair. Make sure you get in there, enter for a chance to win a pair of Meta sunglasses, as well as some other cool prizes. And then when you go in to make your benefit elections through iSolve, there is a new option that's called benefit guidance. You can click on benefit guidance and it'll give you recommendations for what plans might work best based upon your situation, how your family dynamic is, if you have upcoming medical things that are going to be happening. It's just a recommendation, so you don't have to go with it, but sometimes it helps just to get a better understanding of how each plan is going to work. Just please make sure you review all your options carefully before enrolling. Here's a quick view of what that benefit guidance will look like. So when you get in to do your benefit elections, you'll click on recommendations. You will answer some questions that they have. And based upon how you answer those questions, then they will give a recommendation. Keyword recommendation. So you don't have to do that. You don't even have to do this step. You can skip this step altogether. But if you do go through this, you do still have to enroll in benefits. So this isn't going to automatically enroll you in what the recommendations are. When you get in to do the benefit elections, you will see recommended next to whatever plan it is that the guidance recommended. But again, you don't have to go with that. It's just a recommendation. You can select whatever plan is going to work best for you. Medical plan highlights. So there's no major changes to the healthcare plans this year. So the network stays the same, which is the First Health Network, and then Allied Benefits is our third-party administrator. Please note that the network and the negotiated rates for that network are identical for all of our plans. So it doesn't matter which plan you enroll in, everybody will be going to the same hospital options, the same doctor options, et cetera. So one plan doesn't get you a different choice of doctors or a different choice of hospitals. They're all the same. The Access Plus plan is that copay plan. So you pay a copay for your office visits, your specialist office visits, as well as urgent care. And then for your prescriptions, it's a 4-tier level prescription plan, 15 for generics, 50 for brand, 80 for a non-preferred brand drug, and $250 for specialty drugs. Otherwise, you're subject to deductible. The deductible has not changed on this plan. Once your deductible is met, then it's the co-insurance, which is an 80-20, meaning the plan will pay 80% and you will pay 20% until you reach your max out of pocket. Max out of pocket remains the same. It is $5,000 for an individual or $10,000 for the family. The Access High Deductible Healthcare Plan, which comes with the health savings account. The only change on that plan for this year is the deductible. So the deductible for an individual is $1,700 and the deductible for family is $3,400. Once you have met your deductible on this plan, then your copays, your prescriptions will go into the copay structure. The remainder of your claims will be subject to coinsurance. Again, it's that 80-20 split. So the plan will pay 80%, you pay the remaining 20% until you reach your max out of pocket. Max out of pocket remains the same, $5,000 for an individual or $10,000 for the family. And then a value high deductible healthcare plan, which also comes with that HSA. The deductible is changing on that plan as well. It will be $2,500 for an individual or $5,000 for the family. This plan, once you meet your deductible, then everything is subject to coinsurance. And it's a 70-30 split. So the plan will pay 70%, you pay the remaining 30% until you reach your max out of pocket. Max out of pocket remains the same, $6,550 for an individual or $13,100 for the family. These next couple of slides will give you some claim examples that you can look at. So it'll show you based upon which plan, what the deductible is, what the max out of pocket is, how much you would pay for premiums for that plan for an entire year, and if an FSA or an HSA if that plan is eligible for either one of those. So good news with the HSA, we are doing an employer contribution this year. So for those employees that enroll in the plan or continue their coverage with an effective date of June 1st, you will receive a $1,000 front load on June 15th. So that will be deposited into your HSA account, plus the per paycheck contribution, which is $20.83 for an individual or $41.67 for family. And what that equates to is an additional $500 for individual coverage or an additional $1,000 for family coverage. Now, please note, new hires that are not effective June 1, you may have an effective date of July 1st or August 1st. You will not receive that full $1,000 for the upfront funding. It will be prorated based upon your effective date coming into the plan. The next example is going to show you how the plan would work with a large claim. So example, this is a large claim of $10,000. So it'll show you with each plan what the deductible amount is, what your max out of pocket, plus your premiums for the year. So what you would be looking at for a total out of pocket cost for that $10,000 large claim. The next example is going to show you what it would look like for more of your routine type of medical care, a couple office visits, possibly an emergency room visit. So you can see how that is broken out between the three different plans. So you can see what those costs are, what your annual premiums are, and what your total out of pocket would be. As I mentioned, those premiums do have a slight increase for this year. So you'll note those on this slide. You'll also see them in the benefits guide. And then as you're going through your benefit elections, you will see those in there as well. If you enroll in our health insurance, if you cover any dependents on the plan with you, this does give you access to our employee health clinic through Care ATC. The health clinic is a great benefit for you. You only pay a $10 copay for your office visits there. And you can go there with anything that you would go see a primary care doc for. So this can be annual checkups, physicals, colds, flus, monitoring blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, any of those types of things. And it's just a $10 copay. So that's a great, great benefit. They have generic medications on site. So if you're able to utilize any of those generic medications, that is part of your $10 copay. And then if you need lab work done, even if another doctor orders it, do it through the clinic. It's just your $10 copay. So they can save you a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. There are 2 clinic locations, one in Colorado Springs and one in Denver. You can schedule appointments online. You can give them a call, or you can download their app and schedule your appointments through the app. Please note that there are 2 specialty programs through our employee clinic, a diabetes management program and a weight management program. And if you're interested in participating in those, you can find more information on that through our benefits guide and online. And if you do choose to participate in those programs, please note that any of the medications that are involved with that do have to be picked up through the clinic. They cannot be sent to your home. So those do have to be picked up through the clinic. Great benefit, $10 copay, and that is the employee health clinic with Care ATC. For our employees that are in Glenwood Springs or Trinidad Raton, New Mexico area, we do not have an on-site clinic available there, but we partnered with Glenwood Medical Associates and Salud Mount Carmel Trinidad. So if you utilize either one of those medical practices for your medical care, you will have that $10 copay for your office visit. With those high deductible healthcare plans, you do get the health savings account. So the health savings account is an account that's opened in your name. It's your account. You own it. Any money that you put into that account is done with pre-tax dollars. So it lowers your taxable income. You pay less in payroll taxes. And then you can use that money to help pay for medical, dental, and vision expenses that you have on yourself, as well as your eligible tax dependents. The contribution limit for this year has gone up. So for an individual, you can contribute up to $4,400. And for family, you can contribute up to $8,750. Please note there's a special note down there on the bottom about employees that are age 65 or older, or maybe are getting close to turning to age 65 and you're looking at your Medicare options. If you are planning on enrolling in Medicare, any part of it, A, B, C, or D, you do have to stop contributing to your health savings account before that happens. Otherwise, you could be penalized. So if you need more information on that, you can go to the Medicare site to look that up, or you can reach out to benefits@philon.com and I can send you some information on that. Flexible spending account. So this is the account that has a use it or lose it rule. A health savings account, my money grows. A flexible spending account is money I have to use in an immediate 12-month window. If I'm enrolled in a high deductible healthcare plan with an HSA, I cannot participate in a traditional health FSA. I can participate in a limited purpose health FSA. And if I choose to do that, then that money would be used for vision and dental expenses. And I would use my HSA for my health care expenses. But if you are not enrolled in a high deductible healthcare plan and you do not have the health savings account, you can do a full healthcare FSA. Set aside money pre-tax to pay for medical, dental, and vision expenses. But again, this is that use it or lose it. So you have to use that money within a 12-month period, or you could lose some of that money. The dependent care flexible spending account, this is for daycare expenses. So it is not for medical expenses on your dependents. It's for childcare, daycare expenses. That limit went up this year, so you can contribute up to $7,500 into your dependent care FSA. Dental plan is through Unum Dental, so that remains the same. There is a slight premium increase on it, but there's two plan options. You have the high plan and you have the low plan. With that high plan, you have a benefit year maximum of $2,000 per person per calendar year. On the low plan, you have a benefit year maximum of $1,000 per person per calendar year. The vision benefit, the change to the vision benefit is that there is now a greater benefit if you use one of their plus providers. If you go to one of their plus providers, then your frame allowance or your contact lens allowance will go up to $180. If you choose not to go to a plus provider, then your frame allowance or your contact lens allowance will stay at the $130. So that's the biggest difference between the two. There is a slight premium increase on those plans. So you can see those listed in the benefits guide as well as online when you do your benefit elections. So slight increase there. Long-term disability, this is paycheck protection. So if you become sick or injured and you're not working, you're not making money. So long-term disability, this can supplement your income while you're out recovering. Long-term disability is paid for by the employee, and the rates are based upon your age and your income. With the long-term disability, you have to be out of work for 90 days. It then pays you monthly up until you can return to work. If you're not able to return to work, there is a 2-year max benefit. There is guaranteed issue during this open enrollment. So as long as you have not tried to enroll in this in the past and were declined, you can enroll now and have guaranteed issue. But if you were declined in the past, you're not eligible to enroll in the long-term disability. Company paid life insurance. So this is paid for by the company. It's a $25,000 benefit for the employee, a $12,500 benefit for your spouse, and up to $1,500 on your dependent children. Please note with life insurance, dependents are until the age of 19 or until their 25th birthday if they are a full-time student. Please note, in order for your spouse and or dependents to have that coverage of either the $12,500 or up to the $1,500, you do have to enroll them. So you will need to add them in iSolved. And then when you get to the employer paid dependent life, you'll be able to add them to that. There's no cost for the benefit, but they do have to be enrolled in order for that benefit to be claim eligible. Voluntary life insurance. This is an affordable way to get life insurance. Rates are based upon an entire group instead of you as an individual. There is guaranteed issue during this open enrollment. So as long as you have not applied for this in the past and were declined coverage, you can enroll during this open enrollment with a guaranteed issue. But if you were declined coverage in the past, you will not be able to enroll or increase your benefit at this time. With the company paid life insurance, you can elect anywhere from $10,000 up to 5 times your annual earnings, a maximum of $500,000. The guaranteed issue amount is $120,000 for the employee, $50,000 for your spouse. You can elect more than the guaranteed issue, but you will be subject to evidence of insurability for that additional amount. If the evidence of insurability is approved, you'll get that additional amount. But if it is declined, then you'll just get the guaranteed issue amount. Some supplemental plans that we have through UNAM, critical illness. So if you're diagnosed with a critical illness such as cancer, heart attack, or stroke, you'll receive a lump sum benefit that you can do what you need to do with. Use it to pay medical claims, use it to pay out-of-pocket expenses, use it to, pay bills. So whatever you want to use that money for. Premiums for this are going to vary based upon your age and the coverage amount that you select. The minimum coverage amount is $10,000 for the employee, maximum of $40,000. You can elect coverage on your spouse. Your spouse would be eligible to receive 50% of that benefit amount. So, for example, if you elected $10,000 in coverage, your spouse, you could enroll your spouse for $5,000 of coverage. You can also include your dependent children. Your dependent children would receive 50% of your benefit amount. And there's no charge for to add your children to the plan. So keep that in mind when you're looking at that critical illness benefit. We also have the accident and the group supplemental health insurance. With the accident insurance, this will pay you a set benefit amount based upon the type of injury you have and the type of treatment that you need. So you'll submit a claim. They'll need some documentation from you. They'll pay you a set benefit amount based upon the treatment, and then you can do what you need to do with that cash. The group supplemental health insurance, this is if you are admitted to the hospital. So if you are admitted to the hospital, there's a $1,000 benefit for your admission and $100 a day up to 365 days. You can find a lot more information on those supplemental plans in the virtual benefit fair, as well as through iSolved. AirAg legal plans, this coverage remains the same. So with this benefit, you pay a monthly premium. It gives you access to their network attorneys. This could just be for questions over the phone. It could be for helping you prepare documents, up to and including representation in court for certain legal situations. If you enroll in the Ultimate Advisor Plus plan, this service is then extended to your parents and your grandparents. The Employee Assistance Program through UNAM, the EAP, this is a program that can provide you with some counseling services for you as well as your immediate family members. You can get up to 3 visits per person, per problem, per year at no cost to you. They also have a work-life balance program where you can call them to get assistance to look for childcare, look for elder care. They do have consultations for legal and financial. And then if you need to retain that person for further services, you can get their services at a discounted rate. We also have the First Stop Mental Health, which provides virtual counseling. So this is available to all of our employees and your immediate family members. You can meet with a counselor over the phone or video, and there is no cost to you for this benefit. So how are you going to enroll? You'll log into iSolved, review all of your current benefits, make any changes, make sure you look at your dependents and beneficiaries, and then you'll print or download your enrollment confirmation. And we just need to make sure that you do all of this by May 1st, 2026. I've provided some screenshots so you can see what that looks like. So when you get into iSolve, you'll go to Benefits and you'll come to the welcome screen. Note there at the bottom half, there is a message screen that is going to have some links available to you there where you can download the benefits guide, get to this video presentation, get to the virtual fair. So lots of different things there. So make sure you check out that message screen before you click on start. Once you hit start, the first thing you're going to see is your personal information. Please make sure that that information is correct and up to date, especially your address, because that's where cards are going to be mailed if you need new cards. Next screen is where you can view your dependents and beneficiaries. If they are already enrolled, you'll want to make sure that they're marked as the appropriate person. Are they a beneficiary? Are they dependent? They might be both. So if you only have them listed as a beneficiary, but they need to be a dependent, you don't have to enter them twice. Just click on the three little circles that you see over here for edit, and then you can go in and you can select a box for what that individual is to you. They could be an emergency contact, they could be a dependent, they could be a beneficiary, or any combination of those things. But just please make sure you add them here, because once you start actually making your benefit elections, if they are not in the system, you won't be able to add them. So do it at this point so that as you move forward, their information is already there. You'll then see what your current benefit elections are and the premiums that you're paying for them. The cost analysis screen, this allows you to look at each of the benefit offerings and what the premiums are for those different offerings. So you can see those, like the example here, all the medical on one screen, see them side by side. Then you're going to go in and actually start making your benefit elections. So if you're currently enrolled in a benefit, you will already see that plan selected. If you don't want to make any changes, you'll just click next. But if you want to make changes, you'll need to come down below, actually select which plan that you're interested in. And this will take you to where you need to select your coverage, meaning, is it employee only? Is it employee plus spouse? Is it employee plus children? Or is it the whole family? So select your coverage level. And based upon that selection, then you'll see this box open up to check who you're going to cover. So if you're selecting employee plus children, you'll see your dependents listed here. That is, as long as you added them up above, you'll see them listed here. And you can check the appropriate box to enroll them in that coverage. And then you'll just work your way through all of those benefit offerings that you see in the menu screen. You will need to work your way all the way through the bottom. Then you'll get to a screen where you can compare your cost. So you'll see your current premiums, and then you'll see your future premiums. Then you're going to come to a screen that hopefully will say task complete. If it does not, it's going to say that you have errors, and it's going to list what errors you have. You will need to fix those errors before you can move forward. So once you do get your tasks are complete, you'll click next, and it'll take you to an authorization screen. Once you click on yes, you have now actually submitted and completed your benefit elections. How you will know this is done is under status, it will say completed. So if your status does not say completed, you are not enrolled in benefits and you need to finish that process. From this screen, you can download your benefit confirmation statement. So you can print it, you can save it. I would suggest that you do one or the other, just so that you have that information and you can confirm that everything is correct when your new payroll deductions start in June. So that's all of the information that I have for open enrollment. Important contacts, you can reach benefits at phillong.com, our human resources department, HR@phillong.com, and our payroll department is payroll@phillong.com. We also have some important contacts there, so they will be listed in the benefits guide as well as on iSolved. So you can get phone numbers, you can get websites. And then on this particular screen, I also have a picture of the little icon to download their app. So if you go into the Google Play or the App Store, you would look for that little icon so that you can download these apps on your phone, make life a lot easier. So I thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. If you feel like you need additional information, please make sure that you log in for one of our virtual meetings throughout the first week and the second week of open enrollment. Go to the virtual benefits fair, get onto iSolved, download the benefits guide. You can watch this video as many times as you want. You can log in from home and have your significant other look at it. So take a look at those resources. But if you do have any questions, please reach out to us by email at benefits@phillong.com. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you have a successful open enrollment. Thank you.